Okay, so next one. All right, so I'm going to walk through the thought process. Okay, at this point, I'm looking at my inequality, and I'm like, I see this thing right here that's not really convenient. So I'm going to clear it out by adding 3 on both sides. So we have x plus 8 absolute value less than 12. And now it's a good time for us to um, have the 2 branches. So we have x plus 8 less than 12. Again, we remove the absolute value sign right here. And then we have x plus 8 bigger than negative 12. We make the 12 negative, and therefore we will have to flip the sign. And now let's see if you are able to answer this question. Is it and, or is it or? Give you 3 seconds to think about it. All right, so based on this sign right here, they're both less than. So is it and or is it or? All right, so time's up. The answer is it is and because um, less than goes with and. Greater, it goes with or. Okay, so this will be and relationship, and we will have to subtract 4 on both sides. Subtract 8 on both sides. Sorry, subtract 8 on both sides, so we get a x less than 4, and then we will have x is greater than negative 20. So we have negative 20 right here, and we have 4 right here. And since it's an and relationship, we can combine these two inequalities together. So we say, hey, x is sitting right in between 4 and negative 20. Okay. And so if we highlight the solutions, that's what we have here. If you want to express our solution in interval notation, this will be the interval notation right here. Okay, interval notation. Set builder notation would be x such that this is negative 20 less than x less than 4. Now, whenever there's an and relationship here, we will always put them together into a what we call compound inequality. Just put both inequalities together. That would be less writing, more convenient, easy to understand. And then knowing that's the number line at negative 20 and 4, we have open circles because of the lack of equal in the inequality. Okay, so that's the next example. All right, let's go ahead to the next one right here. Ooh, next one here, we have some stuff over here that we need to take care. So let's go ahead and subtract 10 on both sides, which will give you negative 5. Okay, and then we have to take care of the minus over here. So multiply both sides by negative 1 or divide by negative 1, either way. So you have x minus 8 greater than 5. So when you multiply or divide by a negative number, it flips a sign. So now we can go ahead and separate this into 2 different branches. So, oopsie, it should be flipped, negative 5, okay? And now, give you 3 seconds to think about what words do we write over here? Is it and or is it or? Is it and or is it or? Now, this could pose a little bit of a difficulty because we flip the sign midway through, right? So we always look at the sign that's right before we break it down to 2 different branches. So this is greater than or equal to, so that's why it's an or. So we have x is greater than or equal to 13, or x is less than or equal to 3. So we would say at 13, we'll go ahead, point to the right, and then at 3, we'll go ahead and point to the left. Okay, so in terms of the interval notation, we will say from negative infinity to 3, use a parentheses for negative infinity. We will include 3. And then we have union, because we have another interval here as well. 13 to infinity. Okay. And then for set builder notation, we will have open brace x such that x is greater than 13 or x is less than 3. So this is how we finish the problem here. So again, this one is a little bit challenging because of the change of sign midway before we separate into two branches, and the decision-making part, which is whether we have the and or relationship. It all depends on the sign that's sitting right there before we break it down to two branches. So if you're able to follow the thought process, okay, and be able to write down and or accurately, so that should be very straightforward for you to finish these absolute inequality problems. Now there are more videos coming up, and we'll go through more example problems, and you will not want to miss out those problems and videos.